Have you ever wondered what could truly change your life and business in just 90 days? I'm one of the top 1% of Bob Proctor's consultants worldwide, and I've seen this one simple shift help me and my clients scale our businesses without struggle. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do for the next 90 days to completely transform your life, because if your results haven't changed, it's not your strategy. I'm telling you right now, it's your self-image. Now, every business owner has a thermostat, not on the wall, right? Built into the mind, right? You can turn up the heat with new marketing, better systems, or more effort. But if that internal setting is stuck at a certain level, the results will always return to what feels normal. And you've seen this, right? You might have had a big month, things start to move and the energy's there, and then all of a sudden it cools down again. Not because the opportunities disappeared, but because your subconscious self-image pulls you right back to the level it believes that you belong at. Well, that thermostat, well, that's your identity. And the truth is, your business can only grow to the level that you see yourself at. So your self-image is the internal picture you hold of yourself. It's what determines what's possible, what's comfortable, and also what feels out of reach. It controls how confidently you sell, the type of clients you attract, how you handle pressure, how you lead you and how you lead your team, and even how much money you're allowed to keep. It's crazy, right? And the problem is, most business owners try to grow with the wrong identity. You see, they're running new strategies on old programming. They've upgraded the website, the funnel, the marketing, but not the person operating it. The self-image always wins. It's not what you consciously say that you want, it's what your subconscious believes you deserve. Does that make sense? And when you was a child, your subconscious mind was wide open. Everything you heard from parents, teachers, early jobs, it all got programmed in. Things like money's hard to make, success takes time, don't get your hopes up. These become emotional truths. And anything that we believe is true, even if it's a lie, is true in our world. So now as an adult, you might consciously want success, clients, and freedom. But if your self-image still sees you as someone who has to grind and chase and prove themselves, then you're going to keep attracting situations that match that image. I'm talking from experience. I know this personally. For 8 years, I was earning £15,000 a year. And I was working hard, studying, trying new businesses, showing up every day. But nothing changed. And it hurt. Because I knew I was capable of more. And I'd watch other people win. And it was like I was locked behind this fucking invisible wall. Everything changed when I began to understand what Bob Proctor was teaching. That the results in our life are a mirror of how we see ourselves. That our self-image sets the boundaries for what we allow. When I grasped that concept, things began to change fast. And it wasn't because I worked harder, but it was because I started to change who I was being. And do you know what happened? Within 6 months, my income went from 15,000 a year to 18,000 pound a month. And it wasn't luck, it was self-image. I just simply became the kind of person who created that level of result naturally. And I've watched this happen over and over again with my clients too. I'll give you an example. One of my clients, Peter, he was running a business that no longer felt aligned. And he was surrounded by people who didn't inspire him, clients who didn't value him. And he felt trapped by the image that he had of himself. We rebuilt that image completely. We reshaped the way that Peter saw himself as an architect, how he showed up with clients, how he communicated his value, how he led his projects. And that internal change transformed everything. Today, he's earning £40,000 a month, doing work that lights him up with clients who respect and trust him. Peter didn't need a new strategy. He needed a new self-image. Now, the question is, how do you do this for yourself? How do you reprogram the image that's been running your business without you even realizing it? Well, let me show you. First of all, I want you to grab a pen and a paper and write out in detail how you want your business to look and feel. But write it in the present tense as though it's real. I am so happy and grateful now that, and then describe everything. And here, I want you going into detail. Okay, the kind of clients you attract, how much you charge, how long your calls last, how many hours a week you work, how your business runs, how you lead your team. You got to think about this. How do you carry yourself? How do you dress? And write it vividly as if you're describing a movie that you're already starring in. Now, once you've written it out, I want you to go and record yourself reading it out loud in your own voice. And you've got to listen to it 4 times a day. morning, afternoon, evening, and before bed. Your subconscious cannot tell a difference between what's real and what's imagined. Anything that you repeat to it emotionally and consistently, it accepts as true. And once it accepts it, it begins to change your vibration, your confidence, your habits, your decisions, and your business starts to reflect that new image automatically. You don't even need to think about it. Now, at first, this process is going to feel repetitive. It might even seem a bit fucking silly, but repetition is exactly how the old image was created. And repetition is the only way we're going to be able to change it. So listen to the recording again and again until the person you're describing starts to feel normal, until you begin to notice that you're thinking differently, speaking differently, and naturally taking actions that match that version of you. That's when you know it's working. Now you know how to change your self-image, but there's still one thing that needs fixing if you want your business to truly skyrocket. Because there's deeper parts of your paradigm that are still controlling your results, even when your self-image begins to shift. So watch this next video and I'll show you exactly how to change your paradigm so you can see permanent results in your business.